Hello students, welcome back to my channel STEM Education. Today we are going to discuss some important topic which we all need, we all require for in each and every moment of our life. Yes, I am talking something about what we need. When I want to talk with you, then also I need something. If I want to move from my place to my working place or my friend place, I need something. If I want to drive my vehicle from my place to some other place to the destination where I want to reach, I need something. What is this something, students? Can you think about it? Okay, this something is nothing but it is the energy what is required. Okay, so energy is something that is going to help us to do some work, to move from one place to another. Okay, to make this video I need energy. From where do I get this energy? Okay, मुझे ये energy कहाँ से मिलती है? So today we are going to talk about chapter 14, that is sources of energy. So from where do I get this energy? So that particular something from where I am going to get energy is, I say that it is the source of energy. It is a place or thing from which I am going to gain energy. I am going to obtain energy. And we human beings obtain energy for doing all this work is from food. The food what we eat, we are going to get energy from the food. I had given you an example. If I want to drive my vehicle and I want to move to the destination place, then what does the vehicle require? Vehicle is requiring fuel. Without fuel it is not going to work. It requires petrol, diesel, etc. So that the fuel is the source of energy for the vehicle. So sources of energy may be either food or fuel or something else that is going to provide energy for doing work. Okay, so what is energy? Energy is something that is required to do work. Okay, so from where does this energy come from? So energy is coming in different form. This energy can be converted from one form to another. The food what we are eating, it provides you energy. That is the muscular energy that helps you to do work. So what happens is the food what we are eating is getting oxidized. The burning of the food takes place in our body and thus the energy is released, and this energy is used by our body for performing different actions, different work. A source of energy is one which provides adequate amount of energy in a convenient form for a long period of time. Okay? Sorry students, over here there is a spelling mistake. It's not LUNG long, it is LONG long period of time. And convenient. Sorry for that mistake. Why do we need energy? I just discussed. So I just jotted down over here. We require energy for making food, for cooking food. Plants require sunlight for synthesis of food, for making food, even for lighting, for transport, for running machine, for different industrial activities, for performing agriculture work, and many such more example we can get where we can say that okay, for performing this we require energy. Okay. So sources of energy. A source of energy is that which is capable of providing enough useful energy at a steady rate over a long period of time. So again the same definition has been repeated here. Now let us just discuss a point. Which type of source of energy you will consider good source of energy? There are many different sources of energy, but of that, which particular source of energy you are going to consider it to be a good source? Students, we always classify the things present in us, the things present in front of us as okay, this is good and this is bad. How do we classify this good and bad? Good and bad is our perception. If anything which is going to help us, which is going to be useful for us, we say that these things are good. And the one which is going to harm us, the one which is going to degrade something, deteriorate something, we say okay, it is bad for that. Okay, but the thing what may be bad for us may be good for somebody else. Okay, say for example, if you are not well, if your head is aching, your head is paining, then loud noise of the speaker, okay, or the fast music song, it may be bad for you, it may increase your headache, but somebody who is enjoying the party, it is good for them. That is going to say enhance their party entertainment. So good and bad is the perception with the person who is classifying the things as good and bad. Okay, so here we are going to talk in general which type of sources of energy are good for most of us. So the first say property or the characteristic which we consider for a good source of energy is the energy should be safe and convenient to use. So when we are using it, it should be it should not result in any type of accidents. It should be convenient to use, easy. Within a second you can use it. Okay, you can use that energy. I just noted down over here the example. For example, nuclear energy can be used only by highly trained engineers with the help of nuclear power plant. It cannot be used for household purpose because it is giving tremendous amount of energy. Students, you all might have seen steam engine. At present we don't have steam engine, but in black and white films, in Charlie Chaplin film, you might have seen the engine which is removing smoke from the top. Okay, so those are steam engine. What is the fuel used over there? It is obviously coke, C-O-K-E, coke. Why do we use coke over there and why can't we use wood or charcoal, simple charcoal? It is not proper or say fuel for working of a steam engine, because steam engine has to pull the whole train which is quite heavy, and for that lots and lots of energy is required, and that amount of energy wood won't be able to provide. So it is coke. By burning coke, it provides large amount of energy. So students, again let me just make a point over here. When we burn a fuel, okay, it may be different forms, wood, charcoal, coke, or you can say natural gas. All these are providing different amount of energy, and the amount of energy which is provided by unit mass of that fuel is called calorific value of that particular say fuel. We are going to talk about that further. So depending upon the calorific value, we should use the fuel according to the requirement. Now if this coke, if we are using it for the domestic purpose, no doubt thinking that okay, it is providing large amount of energy, so the food is going to get cooked faster, but we can't use that. Can you think about the reason why? This amount of energy won't be cooking your food, but it is going to just burn your food. Moreover, the utensils what we are using for cooking food, they may just melt out because the coke is providing such large amount of energy. Coke is also used in furnaces where very high temperature is required. So it should be convenient to use. It should be in accordance to the purpose for which it is required. Easy to transport. Easy to transport means if we want to carry the energy from one place to another, it should remain in the same quantity. It should not get transferred, dissipate in the surrounding, or it should not become less. Say for example, when I'm sitting over here and I want somebody else who is away from this particular place, 1 kilometer away, or even half kilometer say, is requiring boiling water at that particular place. Okay, so I am standing at A position and the person is half kilometer away at B position, and he is not having any source of eating water. So he just rings me up and tells, okay madam, मुझे बॉइलिंग वाटर की बहुत ज़रूरत है, सो आप प्लीज़ अपने वहाँ से वाटर बॉयल करके मुझे दे जाओगे. सो आई से ओके. सो व्हाट आई डू इज़ I take 1 liter of water, I boil it and then take it in a bottle and carry it to the place B. So boiling water, what will be the temperature? It is going to be 100 degrees C. But do you think when I reach at B, the water is going to remain boiling water? Is it going to have 100 degrees C temperature? No, not at all. It will be little less than that. Correct? Why? Because certain amount of energy has been, say, dissipated or transferred to the container of that container, that is the bottle. Okay? Plus, from there in the surrounding atmosphere, certain amount of heat is lost. So, the temperature of the boiling water when I'll be reaching at B is going to be less than 100 degrees C, meaning heat energy is not easy to transport. So, instead of that, if I would have used, say, electricity, that if I'm not having I'm having electric power at my house, but the very next neighbor is having some power cut off. एंड दे से दे ओके मैडम हमारे वहाँ पावर चली गई है, प्लीज़ हमको पावर आपके वहाँ से दे दो. देन व्हाट हैपेंस, आई आस्क देम ओके चलो आपके वहाँ से कोई लंबा सा वायर कर दो और प्लग मेरे वहाँ के डाल दो. एंड आई एम द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी फ्रॉम माई place is going to get transferred to the next house, and that also without loss, that is through the insulated wire. So electricity is easy to transport. So here few example I have given easy to transport, that is coal, petrol, diesel, LPG, etc. are the fuel or the energy that have to be transported from one place to another. Okay, and easy to store. उसका स्टोर करना भी ईजी होना चाहिए. हीट एनर्जी वी कांट स्टोर इट, बट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी वी कैन स्टोर इट. ओके, सो एनी सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी, if we are able to store it, then we consider that this source of energy is good source of energy. So these are the characteristic of a good fuel. किस तरह का फ्यूल होना चाहिए, गुड फ्यूल किसको बोलते हैं. ओके, so as I just explained you, calorific value, it should have high calorific value. It should provide large amount of heat according to the requirement. It should produce less smoke, because whenever any fuel burn, it is going to produce smoke, and this smoke is going to pollute the environment. So the fuel should produce less of smoke. It should leave less residue after burning. If we burn wood, if we burn charcoal, it is going to leave behind ash, grey color ash. But if we burn LPG gas, it's not going to leave any residue behind. Any left out won't be there. So the fuel must leave no residue or minimum amount of residue after its burning. The availability should be easy, very fast. If we are in need of, then it shouldn't be very far from our place, but it should be easily available. It should be inexpensive, that is cost wise it should be less expensive. easy to store and transport. That is what we have just discussed. So I am not discussing more on this particular point. So let us go to the next point. Classification of sources of energy. Students, these sources of energy can be classified under main two headings: renewable source of energy and non-renewable source of energy. Students, if we talk about renewable, here there is a word or two letters RE. This RE is used repeatedly. See students, when I am using the word repeatedly, again there is the beginning of repeatedly word is RE. Re-exam, RE in the beginning. Recycle, RE in the beginning. Reuse, RE in the beginning. So all these words are having something common, because of which this RE word is used in the beginning of the letter. So RE is generally used before the word which is, say, repeated again and again. When we are doing the same thing again and again, after using it, again we are going to get the same thing back, or we are going to do the same work back, we say it is re or repeat. So here renewable source of energy, new yani ki naya. So after using a particular form of energy, we are going to get the same form of energy back. Okay, then we say it is renewable source of energy. Now non-renewable is just opposite to that. That is, once the energy is used up, we are not able to get the same amount, same form of energy back that fast as we have used it. Okay, so such type of source of energy is called non-renewable source of energy. In this video we are going to talk about these two sources of energy. So the first one, renewable source of energy. So renewable source of energy are those which are inexhaustible. Inexhaustible meaning the one which cannot get over. Just go on using it, but it will never get over. खत्म नहीं होने वाला है वो. Okay, so that is which can be replaced. So ख़त्म कब नहीं होता है? यूज़ होने के बाद हम वापस उसमें डाल देते हैं. Then it is not going to get over. So that is inexhaustible. What does that mean? Which can be replaced as we use them and can be used to produce energy again and again. This type of sources of energy are available in an unlimited amount. बहुत ample amount में होता है. So it is not getting exhausted or it is not getting over. कहाँ पे होता है? It is available in nature and develop within a relatively short period of time. That is, the rate of formation or the rate of replacement is much faster than the rate at which we are going to use that energy. Okay, जितना फास्ट हम उसको यूज़ करते हैं उससे कई गुना ज़्यादा फास्ट उसका एडिशन हो जाता है. And because of this, the energy, the source of energy is not getting over, is not getting exhausted. Okay, so let's go for the examples of renewable source of energy are solar energy, wind energy, water energy. Water energy is also known as hydro energy, geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is the energy which is obtained from the earth crust. Ocean energy, biomass energy. Bio is always connected with living. Biology, biopharma. So bio is always connected with something which is concerned with living, life. So biomass, that is the mass or the body of a living organism. Okay, so the energy what we obtain from the body of a living structure or the body of the dead body of the organism. that is firewood, animal dung, all this and biodegradable waste. Okay, all these are said to be the biomass or energy. Let's go to the next. What are the advantages of renewable source of energy? We have already discussed about the good source of energy. Okay, जो smoke कम निकालता है, doesn't leave behind residue, all those points. So all that few points are over here which are considered to be the advantages of renewable source of energy. So these sources of energy will last as long as the earth receives light from the sun, because sun is considered to be the main source of energy. So till we get the light or the energy from the sun, this renewable source of energy is never going to get exhausted. This source of energy are freely available in nature, free of expense. It doesn't have any cost. It is easily available and is free of cost from nature. These sources do not cause any pollution. They are pollution free. So you can use ample amount of energy, okay, without any restriction, this source of energy, because it is not going to harm the environment in which we are living. Let's go to the next source of energy, that is non-renewable source of energy. Students, non-renewable source of energy, as I have discussed, it is the source of energy, those which are getting exhaustible form of energy and it is not able to get replaced once they have been used. This source of energy have been accumulated in nature over a long period of millions of years, meaning for say accumulation of this source of energy, not this energy we get it from the nature, but for the formation and accumulation of this source of energy in the nature, it requires millions of years together. For example, if I talk about petrol, fossil fuel, it is a source of energy. It is a non-renewable source of energy because the formation of this fossil fuel, it requires large amount of period, number of years together. This point I am going to discuss in the next or third next slide in this particular video. Okay, so it requires large period of time for the formation. So let's go to the next. These are the examples of non-renewable source of energy: coal, oil, natural gas, all these fuels which are called fossil fuel. So in general, fossil fuel is said to be non-renewable source of energy. What are the disadvantages of non-renewable sources of energy? Due to their extensive use, okay, these sources are fast depleting meaning they are going towards the say completion, okay, it is getting over. So depleting yani it is getting over. So we are having a deadline now, okay, we are having a danger line that now if you are not going to control the use, then soon, very fast, we are going to get the time when we are not going to have these sources of energy. It is difficult to discover and exploit new deposit of these sources, meaning from nature. From where you are going to get this non-renewable source of energy, it is very difficult to discover because they are present under the ground, soil के अंदर कहाँ पे होगा वो हमें जल्दी पता नहीं चलता है. These sources are major causes of environment pollution. So they are generally polluting the environment. When we use this source of energy, they always pollute the environment in one way or another. Fossil fuel. Fossil fuel are the remains of prehistoric plants and animals which got buried deep inside the early millions of years ago due to some natural processes, due to some natural calamity, maybe due to earthquake, okay, a certain part of the forest got buried under the soil. Now when this plant got buried or trees got buried under the soil, they get decomposed. The layer by layer the soil deposition gets on the same place, so the depth goes on increasing, and due to the increase in depth and increasing temperature, increase in depth is going to increase the pressure. So this biomass, that is the plant material, is going to get decomposed and will be getting converted to fossil fuel. But this requires a large period of time. The decomposition requires large period of time, that is for the plant to get converted into fossil fuel. These fossil fuel are non-renewable source of energy and cause environmental problem due to pollution. Formation of fossil fuel, what I just explained, I am just reading out what I just jotted down. During its formation, an entire organism or its parts often get buried in sand or mud. This then decay and disintegrate, leaving no sign of their existence. In fact, the harder part of the organisms after their death settle down and are covered by sediments and subjected to extreme pressure and temperature, or the earth converts them into fossil fuels, the process being referred to as fossilization. So this is something what I just explained you. What are the disadvantages of fossil fuel? The fossil fuel are non-renewable sources of energy, and once if they are used, they cannot be renewed fast. Burning of fossil fuel causes air pollution, as we just discussed. The fossil fuels reserves in the earth, they are limited and they will be getting exhausted soon if we are going to use this fossil fuel non-judiciously. Haphazardly, if we are going to use it, we are going to get the time very fast when we are not going to have any type of fossil fuel, that is petrol or natural gas or any other type of fuel. Clear, students? So this is something about fossil fuel. Students, about this thermal power plant, and there is hydropower plant, what we are going to talk in the next video. Okay, so I am not discussing more on thermal power plant. These are the plants which are going to help in conversion of certain form of energy into electricity or electric power, because electricity is considered to be the best form of energy. Okay, so I won't continue the remaining half of the chapter as the length of the video will become too large. So I'm just breaking the chapter into two parts. So students, if you like this particular video, then don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to put your comment under this video. Okay, and another thing, do not forget to see my second part of this chapter. So till we meet for the next part of this chapter, goodbye students, take care, stay healthy.